price you pay for treachery. That is the price you will continue to pay until you rise up and say, enough is enough. It is up to you to do it. You did it during NSAS. You can do it again. Can you imagine?
I was never made by boys. I made them. I made them. So there's no boy who can destroy me.
All problems in the world go back to the British. That's true in Pakistan, India, that's true.
Welcome back to AfriFreedom Channel, your #1 platform for deep analysis on African politics, revolutionary history, and global events that impact us all. If you are new here, please take a moment to like this video, share it with your network, then subscribe to our channel for more relevant and thought-provoking updates like this one. We also encourage you to engage actively by dropping your opinions, respectfully, in the comment section below. Your voice matters, and this is a platform where informed discourse thrives. Disclaimer. The views and opinions shared in this video are for educational and informational purposes only. They do not necessarily reflect the official position of AfriFreedom Channel. We encourage viewers to conduct their own research and engage critically with the information presented. All the problems we are facing in the world today, including in African countries like Nigeria, South Africa, and beyond, can be traced back to one undeniable source: British colonialism and imperial interference.
All problems in the world go back to the British. That's true in Pakistan, India, that's true in China, that's true throughout the Middle East, that's true here in Cyprus, because they were the most powerful empire for 200 years, and they left behind conflicts everywhere. You know, the disaster taking place in Palestine right now, one of the reasons is that between 1915 and 1917, the British promised the same territory to 3 different groups. So first, in the McMahon communications, the British promised it to the Arabs. You fight with us against the Turks, it's yours. Then they negotiated the Sykes-Picot Treaty to say to the French, it's yours. Then in the Balfour Declaration in 1917, they said it's a Jewish homeland. So the British promised 3 times land that wasn't even theirs. And they got a lot of nerve as far as I'm concerned. And now you need to disentangle all of this. But this is where the problems originate.
The long history of divide and rule tactics, exploitation of resources, and the deliberate creation of artificial borders has left many African nations grappling with deep-seated divisions, economic instability, and political dysfunction. Ask yourself, how different would Nigeria or South Africa be today if their natural political and social structures had been allowed to evolve organically, free from British manipulation? How many of our ongoing struggles, be it ethnic conflict, poverty, or corruption, are the lingering shadows of colonial policies? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Is it time to start having more serious conversations about reparations and historical accountability? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has consistently spoken on the critical issue of Fulani hegemony and the devastating impact of their actions in places like Benue State.
That is the price you pay for treachery. That is the price you will continue to pay until you rise up and say, enough is enough. It is up to you to do it. You did it during NSAS. You can do it again. Can you imagine Fulani people telling you, if you remove Fulanis from Yoruba forest, imagine Fulani telling you, if you remove them from your ancestral lands, there will be war, and you are panicking. And you have not asked yourself, why are they not saying something about the East? Why did they not say to Eastern Security Network? Why did they not say to me, if you don't stop evacuating Fulani terrorists from the forest, there will be war? Because they know, they understand psychologically that you don't have what it takes to resist them. Your lives are being taken away from you. Your forests are being occupied. Your mothers are being raped. Your daughters are being abducted. And the whole national government, presidency, is supporting such people. And you're telling me that Nigeria is viably sustainable. Is that what you're telling me? That somehow this contraption is sustainable, it is viable. It can never be. Because the more you stay in one Nigeria, the more you are inviting the Fulanis to take over your ancestral lands, to take over your villages, and to make life a misery for you. That is the end game. That is the outcome. If you doubt me, go and do a bit of research. Ask yourself, who are the Hausa people? Who are the Nupe people? Who are the Bachama people? All of these people were steamrolled by the Fulani march to the Atlantic Ocean. And now they're in Yoruba land. They're in their forests. They are in their forests. And who is going to drive them away from there? If not the Yoruba youths. Forget about your useless governors. Your elders are very strong. I love Yoruba elders. The way they behave, the way they talk. Very, very strong. They said they support Akeredolu. This is the governor of Ondo State. They support him in what he's doing. People must come out to say that enough is enough. When you travel to the north, do you live in the forest in the north? The Igbo people in Sabongeri in Kanu, are they living of course it's Hausa land, are they living in the forest? They came to the town, they work very hard, they build houses, they build mansions, they develop the entire place. Is that not what they do? What are Fulani people doing in our forest? Nobody can answer that question. They say that they're pastoralists. World aspiring to be a member of the UN Security Council, where you move cattle from place to place. Are you people well at all? You so-called Nigerians, are you normal in the brain? I'm asking you a simple question. Show me a country that aspires to be in the 21st century, moving cattle from place to place, telling me they are grazing. Which country is that? Please tell me. These are people they have prepared for you to sell you down the drain. By the time the Fulanis are done with you, believe you me, if you don't rise up now to fight for your freedom, by the time Fulanis are done with you, you'll be more useless than a Hausa peasant doing Babiala somewhere in Zaria. I went to America and I told World Igbo Congress that this war you are avoiding is going to come to your villages. They said, no, it's not going to happen. What is happening today? When Yoruba was supporting the dead idiot called Buhari, did I not warn them that this evil you're supporting will consume you? They never listened. They never wanted to listen. IPOB is a terrorist group. You're trying to divide Nigeria. But Mietiana is not. People that you are calling bandits, have you heard anybody come out to say, please Buhari, since presidency is there defending terrorists in the forest, why don't you proscribe them? No, you cannot proscribe a Fulani group. Never. Now, our people must understand this very clearly, especially my Yoruba brothers and sisters. It is about time you stop supporting evil. That evil is in Asarok. That evil is a gang of reprobates calling themselves presidency. The more you keep on supporting evil in the zoo, the more your land will be taken from you. The more your daughters will be raped and abducted, the more your sons will be slaughtered in cold blood. And under one Nigeria, there is nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing. Because one idiot that they groomed will rise up and say to you, oh no, it's one Nigeria, there is crime everywhere. Haven't you heard about Zamfara? Haven't you heard about Katsina? There is crime everywhere. That is not the case. The crimes you have in the north, the insecurity you have in the north is as a direct consequence of their own action. We must rise up and say that enough is enough. But there must be no criminality. Once you allow criminality to come in, then you have failed woefully.
Continue, I would like to commiserate with about 200 families in the past few months in Edo State that have had their mothers slaughtered in the farms, have their fathers and children slaughtered in the farms, and those who have suffered kidnapping, as happened recently in Nauchi, around the Ibrahim camp, not far from the military checkpoints, where 4 people were kidnapped from their own streets at Ibrahim camp in Nauchi. You can confirm this from the security forces, only very recently. We have videos, and I have a lot on my phone now, of farmers who have been slaughtered in their farms. There's a camp in Ovia here. It's just a farm settlement. It's a camp. The people were sleeping at night, and then herdsmen or terrorists, we shouldn't actually be using the word herdsmen. Terrorists went to those camps, slaughtered them in the night. We have about 7 dead bodies lying there. And I'm telling you things that have happened within the last 1 month. Now, burnt down some part of their houses. We have video there of Fulani herdsmen and terrorists entering into farms and uprooting cassava that people have planted and are waiting to harvest for this season and feeding them to their cows, and then those who dare to challenge them have been slaughtered. So for the 200 families in Edo State that have been slaughtered in the past 3 months, we commiserate with you. Now we know that we
In one of his powerful messages, he warned about the growing violence and displacement being suffered by indigenous populations in the Middle Belt. Today, what he foresaw is unfolding before our very eyes. Communities are being uprooted, farmers are afraid to tend their lands, and ancient cultures face extinction. The question we must ask is this: why has the world remained largely silent about these atrocities? Why are the cries of the victims often ignored while the perpetrators continue with impunity? Is it because of the same colonial interests that still shape narratives and policies in Africa? We would love to hear your views on this matter. Is the silence of the international community a form of complicity? Please share your perspective in the comment section. In another striking point, one of our African thought leaders remarked on the global response to the George Floyd case and connected it to the long-standing injustices against African people. He said, "Everything happening now in Floyd's matter validates what I said last year." It is true.
I was never made by boys. I made them. I made them. So there's no boy who can destroy me. I made them. Their mothers are living in proper houses today because of me. I made them. Why would you think you can outshine the master? Never. No boys can deal with me. Both in the ANC, in the Youth League, in the state. I defeated them when I was a child. I'm too old now, 43, with 3 kids and a wife. I defeated them when I was a child. They tried me. Everything. I've got an experience of a 63-year-old at 43. There's nothing that shocks me. Nothing. When a person is going to sell out and leave the EFF, I see them coming. I even prepared the leadership. We're about to experience something. Why would you think the ANC will not try to destroy me now, when they tried it when I was with them?
The systemic racism and police brutality exposed by the Floyd case are not isolated phenomena. They are reflections of a global system that has long dehumanized black people, both within and beyond the African continent. From Minneapolis to Lagos, from Johannesburg to London, the common denominator remains structural racism born from colonial legacies. Now, the real question is this: how do we, as Africans and people of African descent globally, channel this collective outrage into a sustained movement for real change? How do we ensure that what happened to George Floyd is not just a moment in history, but a catalyst for true liberation? We want to know, what actions do you believe we need to take, both individually and collectively? Drop your ideas below and let's start a conversation that matters. As we reflect on these powerful and sobering points, one truth stands out clearly: the chains of colonialism are not just physical, they are also mental, political, and systemic. And until we confront these legacies head-on, we will continue to fight the same battles, generation after generation. This is why AfriFreedom Channel exists, to awaken minds, to provoke critical thought, and to empower our people with knowledge. If you found this video insightful, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And most importantly, keep the conversation going in the comments. Your voice matters here. Stay tuned for more hard-hitting content that challenges the status quo and speaks truth to power. Until next time, stay conscious, stay free.